Decentralized law is vital to sustainable peace, freedom, and prosperity. As we examine ways that decentralized law can best be conducted, let us look closer at Wiki Law. Wiki means everybody is able to participate and contribute, but some wiki collaborations have experienced several issues with keeping content accurate and objective. Now that we can learn from the challenges that wiki platforms have encountered, and overcome them with the appropriate measures, it is possible to have wiki law writing and compliance efforts through open, worldwide collaboration. Among the early challenges of anything operating through wiki collaboration has been how to ensure that the people contributing are doing their best to be impartial. If a contributor does not have others checking their work, then it is more possible that the contributor can submit biased work, and they might not even realize it. Decentralized law is powerful at maintaining peace and order because it allows omnidirectional accountability. This same feature of decentralized law would be applied to all of its mechanisms, including wiki law. Just as with science, wiki law must be open and decentralized, so that any can point out flaws in the proposed content. An example of how a proposal for a law might work is analogous to a filter system. With a water filter, larger impurities would be caught in the first filter. Then, subsequent filters would follow, each being more refined and capable of capturing smaller impurities. Similarly, wiki law would apply these principles to create metafilters, or filters to use on itself in the lawmaking process. These metafilters would become the objective method for how to make laws. An example of these filters would be a checklist of criteria. Some of the questions on the checklist might include: does the proposed law harm or hinder other lives? Does the proposed law violate self-ownership? Will this law restrict peaceful people from peaceful activities? Does this law prevent pollution to the environment? These are just examples, but the content that can go through objective filters is what would potentially become law. Criticisms against wiki law might include that it requires an enormous amount of collaboration throughout the world to create even one law, but law is force over people's lives and must not be created or destroyed with ease, or speed, or bias. Law has long been changed too readily, with too few checks for impartiality and adherence to true principles. Wiki law will utilize objective law, which is the use of empiricism and rationalism combined to preserve self-ownership and prevent harm or hindrance to people. Objective law will take from what can be learned from the sciences and combine what can be learned from reasoning of valid concepts, to uphold inalienable rights. Wiki law is also vital as a measure to ensure compliance, and can be used as an environment to refine the accountability measures that local levels will use. Another criticism of wiki law might be that it cannot address the local laws to the precision needed by the local people. A key tenet of objective law is that truth is universal and applies universally, so, when a law is made, it cannot be applied until its application under applicable variables are also worked out as well. Wiki law is the way to uphold self-ownership universally throughout the world. Wiki law will only be possible and will only be ethical if it adheres to the full standards of objective law. Law must be objective. It must not favor some and hinder others. It must not be of inconsistent or invalid basis. Law must be checked thoroughly for consistency of basis. The concepts of wiki law and objective law are cooperative with each other and have the power to bring permanent end to ruling powers of the world. A major function of decentralized law is to captivate any who seek to rule or dominate, thereby serving to preserve itself along with individual self-ownership for all inhabitants of the earth. Wiki law is a system of law that can be built while other law systems still have hold. As reasoned, truth-based laws are produced, they can be brought to the attention of the public for comparison with their existing laws. If it can be demonstrated that this decentralized system of law will handle all that other law systems can handle, then gradually there will be more acceptance of it by the public. These are the pioneering days of concepts that will bring us out of the traditions of rulers and nationalism. All who will study these concepts, and look for ways for them to better perform, are undertaking a historical upgrade in an industry that has not seen much upgrade for millennia. What your contribution can be to the evolution of the worldwide human experience can be more significant than nearly any innovation thus far in time.